Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. Today we are back with episode 19 of our Season 3 for Medieval Dynasty on the new map. We're going to try and touch up a little bit around the main village and get some more housing put in. We're also going to need to do a mine run for sure to get some bronze and replenish the money that we spent last episode. We blew almost 10 grand, about a third of our income. We also need to see about getting set up by that third cave that we discovered, and see if we can't get some people for our village, see if that doesn't help a little bit. And if we have time, and we probably won't, that's a lot on our plates, we will try to get some more villagers to man some more of the stations that we're going to be building. But if you guys learn anything useful today, or if you have a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, we're going to load in. Hey, Quirky. Hey, Scattered. Hey, Cat. What's going on, guys? Hope you're all having a fantastic Monday. Sorry for the late start. I had to work late, and that kind of sucked, but it is what it is. You know, adult stuff. Alrighty. I don't remember where we left off other than we are at the new village location. I know we got 2 houses up, so we have 1 spare. I did not name them, however, and that's something that we need to do. This house is going to be named... Custom name. We're going to name this one Home. And this one, we're going to have to rename... We'll name this one Overflow 2. Now, we've got the simple house that's way out in the boonies. I don't know what we want to name that one. I don't know who's in it currently. It looks like we have extractors in it. So we're going to name it... Extractor... I don't know. Rural, maybe? Sure, why not? Alright, and then this one, we don't actually have anybody assigned to it yet. It's probably going to be a producer house, but for now we'll just leave it blank. I know we do need at least 1 more set of farmers. Hey, Adam, what's going on? Have any of you guys given any thoughts to what we should name the horses? They need names. They definitely need names. I mean, we could always go with our Season 2 names if nobody has any ideas, and that's fine. But I figured that we would take the opportunity to let some people put forward some names and see if any of them speak to us. Sir Trips a lot. And Scrabble. Oh, I actually like Scrabble. I like Scrabble a lot. We might just name the female Scrabble. So we're probably going to wind up riding the female. Pete and repeat. Thank you. Alright, so that should clear us out enough space for another house. I really want to go with Scrabble. I think that's a really good name. Yeah. Pete and repeat is pretty good. Alright, we can do that. If you guys like it. Alright, so we want to go west, and we want to go house. Scrabble and Uno. Alright. Let's do a little bit on the... Well, we really don't need another... You know what? We got it placed. That's good enough. We're going to get together enough stuff. We'll go on Pete here. That was the wrong button, psych. There we go. We will get together enough stuff to build a storage down by that other mine location. Because we do need some bronze for some money making. And we may as well get it out of that mine since we need to build some stuff there anyway. Let's see, we got 28 logs. We're going to need some straw. Straw starts with S, psych. One day I'll learn my alphabet. You'd think for somebody that reads as much as I do that I would know my damn alphabet, but I have my days. Alright, let's see about... I don't think that's quite enough logs. I think we're going to need around 36. And I could be off on that. But I feel like that's pretty close to accurate. And then we're going to need, I think it's either 8 or 12 stones, so we're going to take 12 just to be sure. Alright, so let's head on down. Oh, we already marked it. It's not super far away. So we need to find a good, efficient route down there. And I don't know if we want to go this way, or if we want to go this way. Can we make it this way? Oh, that's a piggy. So we don't just have wolves right at our backyard, we've got piggies too. This is quite a bit faster than the donkey. You know, we've run through here so many times and I never once noticed this cave. That's mildly embarrassing. I found it by looking at the map. Oh my... I didn't grab any sticks. I completely forgot about sticks. Oh, that's embarrassing. Well, I guess we've got a bunch of them here. I grabbed a bunch of logs like we were going to do a tier 2, and then, we're not. We're going to start with a tier 1 and then use the materials from it to upgrade it to tier 2. Which is a little wasteful, but it's easier than trying to carry the planks too, because that would have been way too much weight, and I really don't want to make 2 trips. Now, I don't know if it's going to let us put it here. My goal is to try to get it, like, right in front here. Right through here. But I'm worried that these might be protected because of how close we still are to the village. Well, the tree's not. Let's see. Let's see if it'll let us do it. Obstacles, obstacles. Probably the road. Looks like it's the road. So we want to be able to get up into it fairly easily, so we're probably going to have to come at it from this side. So let's put some of these logs and heavy crap on Pete. That is Pete's butt. Alright. Because we're going to have to clear out some of these trees, I think. So we'll just put some of this junk on him and let him hold on to it for us for a minute. We're just going to use our horse like a mobile chest is all. I don't want to waste these sticks when we know we're going to need sticks to build the building itself. So I feel like just trashing them is a terrible idea. But because of the way that we're going to have the lattice work under it, and because of the directional on the ladder, or the stairs that lead up to it. We're going to try to put it on this side, just so that it's facing the cave. That way we don't have to walk all the way around and back up to get in every time we exit the cave. Alright, let's see if we can get away with this now. Oh. Well, now we don't need the logs underneath, it doesn't look like. $12. Sweet, we actually got the right amount for once. Somebody want to write that on the calendar for me? There we go. And now we should be able to launch it straight up into Tier 2. Which ultimately just gives us more storage. Alright. Got some extra sticks and straw, and that's fine. I don't know how we're doing on planks, though. We might be dangerously low for this. We're actually kind of low on the logs. I didn't realize how close we were getting on those. I guess we have been doing a lot of building, though, so that kind of checks out. Wow. Looks like I was 1 over. That's not bad for eyeballing it. And then we can get our planks out. I think we're gonna need... Oh, we don't have enough. Nope, we do not have enough planks. Well, that's alright. It's not going to be the end of the world. Because we can still use it the way that it is. Yeah, that did work out well. I do want to get a forge up here too, though. We know that we're going to need multiple forges for what we have planned, and it's convenient to have one at each mine in case we need to make a pickaxe in a pinch. And since they don't need to be living immediately next to them to get maximum production out of them, it seems wasteful to put one elsewhere when we could just... Oh, I wonder if we can fit one there. I was going to put it over there, but no, we might be able to get away. Ah. Well, poop. That's alright, we'll just put it down here. Put it across from you. We just kind of eyeballed this. We didn't actually put it on the cardinals like we normally do, which is unfortunate, but there's not really a lot of choice here when you're dealing with angles to a cave and roads and what have you. But that's alright, because we're not going to build up a bunch here. We're just going to put these 2 buildings and call it good. Stones. I want 8. That's the other problem with getting as many stones as we have, is it's very hard to get a select amount out of them, because the tiniest pixel on that slider is going to jump you super far. You know, we can leave those trees, I think. We'll just let them keep going with the, with the planks there. Because now we're really short. Let's see. Let's chop down one or two of these. Because they're kind of in the way. We could always go back up by where the first mine is and harvest a bunch of the maples up there again, because they should have mostly regrown by now. So that's an option, but I'd really like to not strip them all out. Oh, we already did this one. I need to be over here. Alright, so we've got some extra logs, but we need the planks is the problem. And we don't have a woodcutter down here, nor do I want to build one because we're not going to need that many woodcutters. Our log necessities are going to start drying up here real soon, like. But we can take a moment and clear out this mine while we wait for them to accrue some of that. Nope, this side's like. We want to put everything that weighs a decent amount away. Alright. To get as much as we can out of this. Now, I have no idea what this mine looks like. It's my first time in it. Okay, it's got one of those spindles that I don't really care for. 2 branches, one of which is really short. Another 2 branches, and it looks like both of these are long. Ooh, does this one connect? Because if it does, this is going to be a really easy run. I think it does. This comes back around to the spindle, right? Yeah! Alright, well that made this pretty easy. We'll park Pete down here. And we'll come back to the opening of this one. Down our handy dandy potion. I feel like there's more in this mine than there are in the other 2 that we've been dealing with, honestly. Just at a glance. I mean, we're not going to know until we really get it done, but it looks like there's more nodes here. Well, it's definitely a little bit longer of a mine. We probably should have gone tier 1 on the forge, because we're not going to be able to refine any of this out here. Alright, are we looking at around 250? No. Which means we can actually get another few nodes. Probably not a whole load. But we can get some. This branch, at the very least, seems to have much more tin than normal, too, which is also a boon. Okay, now we only want to half fill this time. Alright, we'll stop there. Make sure that we're not over. Oh boy. We're just over. Can you still move, Pete? Oh, not well, but you can. Okay. We can make this work. There we are. Good thing we put those points into weight before speed, huh? We wouldn't have been able to move otherwise. Alright, now we should just have a handful of these headed up this way now. So if we leave Pete here, we should be able to meet up with him. Yeah. I actually kind of like the layout of this one. It feels more, more smooth to get around in. Now, I'm sure that'll change once we put a mine here and get access to the iron in the back, because the iron always throws a kink in the plans for cleaning out mines. As looking at the walls that said that we needed a mine for them, they're in kind of awkward locations. It's going to get rid of a lot of the smoothness involved in cleaning this guy out. Oh, did it again. Alright. I don't know that we want to hit all of the mines. I think one's probably fine. Because we do still have some bronze left. And I'm sure that we've got quite the buildup of copper at this point. Because we've had them doing copper for so long. That we'll probably offload some of the copper's coins as well. Just because we have so much of it. And I don't think we're talking hundreds, but I think there's probably enough for, I don't know, a double fistful of knives. I almost want somebody to put out some kind of an economy mod for this. Where, like, if you sell nothing but knives, eventually they stop selling for as much kind of a thing. I think that would add some more realism to the game. Or even just making it to where you can only sell certain things to certain vendors. That would be cool. Instead of just being able to sell everything to everyone. So, I mean, seriously, what is the blacksmith gonna do with 64 flatbreads? Or, you know, what's the farmer gonna do with 112 iron knives? Like, seriously. Nope, that was dumb. I got greedy. I think that's the last of it, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, that's the mine cleaned out. Yeah, we've got 82 bronze. I want to keep at least 50 on hand, so we can make quite a go with that. Hey, Steven, what's going on, man? Get some planks? We did get some planks. Excellent. $12's not going to be nearly enough. Yeah, we need another 12. We're going to have to come back down and finish this at some point. You never know what their hobbies are, though. Maybe the blacksmith's also a florist or a baker in secret. Fair enough. Although I think hobbies are more of a modern invention. I don't think in medieval times you really had a lot of time for a hobby. You know, most of your time was absorbed in trying to not die. Alright, she is... Okay, that's something else that we need to do is upgrade our logging stations to tier 2s. Because the one at our house is, but these two aren't. So that's going to get us some more income there, as far as logs go. But also, we have an excavator that's not doing anything at the moment. So if we can upgrade one of those buildings, that'll give her something to do. And get us more logs faster, which is always good. So that building bender that we went on last episode really put a dent in our supplies. Which is fine. That's why it's there. Hey, Jack. Where's Geraldine? I see Jack, but I don't see Geraldine. We are missing a donkey. You down in the water? Well, apparently Geraldine went on walkabout. That's awkward. You know, the season hasn't changed yet. She might still be up where we left her at the other village. Once the season changes, she'll go home, though. As long as the animals don't get her. Alright, let's take these. And take these bows, because we're not going to use those either. You know what? Before we do that, let's actually make some things to sell out of what we have. And we picked up some manure that we can throw in here, too. Copper and or bronze would be a good thing to do. We really need some more producers so that we can get them started on refining tin and refining bronze. Because if we can get those three things set up, then we don't have to actually refine any of the stuff that we harvest. We can just dump it in the chest and forget about it. Oh my, that was very awkward, sir. Alright, then our tin stash. How much did we get? 72. That was actually a reasonable amount of ore that we got out of there.
Spring is when you feel like whistling, even with a shoe.
Alright, so let's grab our copper bars here. We have 162 copper bars. That's nuts. Okay, so, and only 36 tin. Yeah, they've been really going to town on the copper. We're gonna sell a bunch of copper knives, I think. We're gonna get what bronze we can. We might not sell it all the way down to 50 just because of how much copper we're gonna have left over. So that's only 36 bronze, which leaves us with 126 copper. Now, 126 copper. I think they're 2 per... Well, you know what? We can check. We can check easy. Tech. Psych. Tech. We're gonna go for the Smithy 1. And looking at copper knives, they are 2 per. So we have 126, so that's going to be 50, 63? 63 sticks we need. Now, I don't know that that's going to be enough to wipe out the town, so to speak, but we have a bunch of other miscellany that we can sell, and we can make some bags to sell as well. But I would like to at least get us back up above 30 grand. I think a comfortable amount for us to push for and then just kind of hover at would be 50 grand, because there were some times in Season 2, I think, where we got up to almost 20 grand in taxes. So I would like to have at least 50 grand so that we can go 2 seasons in case something happens. I feel like that's not unreasonable. We can sell that guy. We can sell these. Okay, let's give that a go and see how far we get. I think we still have plenty of other stuff that we could sell as well, but I think that's probably going to at least tap out this town. Maybe not, though. I don't know how far the copper knives are really going to go. You know what? Maybe we should make some bags. Because I really don't think that's going to be enough to tap out the town, thinking about copper not being worth as much as the bronze. Let's see, we've got 119, which would be 50, 5, 59? I think it's 59. My math might be off. I spent so much time playing with spreadsheets today that my brain is more or less melted when it comes to numbers. That's why we got started a little bit late. I wound up having to do quite a bit of extra stuff before I could leave for the day. But it was for an important account, so it needed to be done today, as they have a big meeting with them tomorrow, so it is what it is.
The way to one's heart is through their stomach.
Alright. This should be enough to replenish our funds. And then once that's handled, we'll look at what they've got for people here. What are they out of? Farming, tools, bags. Shoot. Alright, so we can't sell all of these bags. I really don't want them using the bags that we use for money. But we just used all of our leather, so that's a thing. So where's our copper knives? There we go. So he'll take 11. Got 7 left.
My work. Have a nice day.
Nope. There's Ludamira, but where's the other gal? The one with the horrible voice. That's not a very nice thing to say, but it's kind of true. 5. At least we can get rid of some of this heavy crap.
Whatever you take care.
Take care.
Hello.
Alright. Wow, that iron crossbow is worth a lot of money.
Only that. Goodbye.
Only today. 1 for the price of 2. How are you?
1 for the price of 2. Only today. That sounds like a terrible deal, sir.
Can I? Goodbye.
Hello.
36 left.
Goodbye.
Okay, now who did we miss? Looks like her. And then where's the tailor gal?
I'm not superstitious.
I don't know where the tailor is, but the we can at least hit up this gal.
How do you do?
I have no idea what I hit. She must have had a quest. I would never waste time playing cards if my daughter, be it adopted or not, was lost. Alright, apparently she'll play cards. That's not what I wanted, though.
Care.
I wanted to buy stuff. Or sell stuff, rather. So where did the... This way.
Hail, friend.
Okay, copper knives, copper shovel, copper arrows. Enough for that? You do. Okay. Alright, so we're looking at... We're almost back up to 30 grand. Got 19 remaining. Do we have anything cheap that we can throw at him? Not really, no. Okay. Well, that cleaned out most of our junk. And, yeah, we're only about 3 grand shy of being back at our 30 grand, so... Oh, there she is. Alright, now we need to make sure that we keep some of these back, but we've got a lot. There we go, now we're at 28 grand.
Take care.
Alright, so let's get the farmers some of these bags. And I mean, realistically, if I hadn't used all the leather, we could have not eaten into our profits to help them. But that's alright. At least we're, you know, solvent again. That's good. And we do still have all of this that we could make into some knives. Let's... Guess we could take... Let's see, 25 and 18 is 30, 43. So we'll take 42. That should leave us 76. Perfect. And then for 42, we're going to need 21 sticks. That'll give us 21 of these that we can sell off as well.
How do you do?
Scarper, buddy. Thank you.
Hello there.
Get
See you
out of
around.
here. Alright, bronze tools. So these 21 will go a long way towards money too.
You know how it is with monarchs.
And now, while that village is more or less sold out... Oh. What? Are these only taking 1 bronze bar apiece now? That doesn't seem right.
Finally, the winter's over.
They are only taking 1 bronze bar apiece right now. I think they broke it. What does that give us for... So if we take 200 minus... What did we figure out sticks were? Sticks were 0.6. That is 199.4 for bronze. Nope, they were always just 1. Okay. Fair enough. So that's almost 200 coins apiece for these, for each bronze, because you're only deducting the 0.6 from the stick. That's huge. That is definitely huge. Now as far as the fields go, are they going to get them done in time? That one's almost done.
We have this whole planting the seed process a lot more enjoyable.
This one's almost done. This one still needs a lot of work. We might have to help them out on the last day of spring. We'll have to see what it looks like, but we don't really want to lose out on the flax. Now, I would really, really, really like to upgrade at least one of these, but preferably both of these wood-cutting huts in here. But I need to make sure that we have enough that we can fully upgrade it, because we can't leave it partial. Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. If we leave it partial, then we can't have a worker in it. Alright, now who are you? You're Malawouge. So we'll have to remember that. Malawouge. Oh, yeah. That's, okay.
Go the same to me. I'm colorblind.
Worst smith ever. Okay, that guy. And then was it his wife that was one of the other, what house is he in? So we have several extractor huts. Nope. Okay, so Gerarda can work here with him. He can work with his wife. That, if they don't murder each other, then it was meant to be. Alright, now what do we have them set up for? Okay, they are just 100% logs. We're going to get our logs back in no time at 100 a day. That's insane.
Solution to my problems.
Now, we do need to upgrade this guy, too.
how it is.
Good luck with that, he says.
Do what they say, but do not get too close to them.
I don't know that I could ever work with a significant other. I have a strict no dating coworkers policy to begin with, but I don't know that I could work with a significant other. I do need quite a significant amount of alone time. And I feel like you would not get it in that particular case.
What?
That's all of our old stuff that we were trying to keep. And I don't want them to use it. Well, I don't know that they'll actually use it, but I don't want them to have it. I want us to have it. Now, some of it we can put in here, like some of the resources, the copper sickle, the feathers, the fishing spears for sure, the fur, and the wool can all definitely go in here. But the breath taker I don't want to put in there because I don't want them using it. The old ring I don't want to put in there. Stuff like that. We're going to be stingy with our stuff. Alright. So with those upgraded, we should see quite the influx of additional materials coming in. Yeah, see it dramatically increased just that. Alright, now what do we actually need? We're at 45 demand a day and we get 20 per craft. Oh no, we're at demand per day. So yeah, we have 297 demand per day. So we'll call that 300. Whoops. 300 divided by 20. So we need 15 crafts of wood. Firewood. And we're going to reduce our logs here because we're getting 100 a day out of the other one. So we're going to take this guy up to 15. So I would like to get at least 15 and 17 to 32 out of this. I don't know that we're going to get 32 out of this, and that's fine. There we go. So now we don't have to worry about fire anymore. Well, at least until we start getting some more people, I suppose. You love your husband and you've worked together. It's in your best interest to work separately. I can feel that. Yep. I've just seen what happens when you have two people that work together that date and then break up. And I absolutely flat refuse to date coworkers because of that.
Then you know, I'm here.
There's something hypnotizing about that fire.
There's a production worker
Sometimes I
and
get
an
a
extractor.
feeling that the locals frown upon
Two
us.
extractors. Okay, what do we have for actual housing here? So we've got one empty house. We have two empty houses. And we've got one producer and two extractors. We really should have finished that house. So what we're going to do is we're going to call this one Extractor 3? Or is that Extractor 2? That's Extractor 2. And then we're going to name this one Production 2, I think. Because we already have a Production 1, right? Yeah. And then the Overflow 2, we'll put one of these guys in Overflow 2.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Alright, so we've got this guy as an extractor. So we're going to assign him into Extractor 2. Yep. And then we're going to assign him into the woodshed. Right like so. And then we've got this guy, who is also an extractor. And we're going to put him in the overflow temporarily. And is the well still occupied? Well, we do have 2 wells. Because the current well carrier is pregnant. And that's going to be a problem. But we are going to need extractors here very soon. For the mines once we get them open. But until then, we're just going to need somewhere to put him so that he keeps getting skill ups. Maybe we'll just put him in an extra woodshed for shits and giggles. We really don't need anything from it, but it can't hurt to have him. And then the gal. Yeah, see our water carriers, priggers. We'll take her. And we'll put her in overflow 2 temporarily. And we need to get her out of there as soon as possible. Because we don't want them to pair up. But her we're going to put in one of the smithies, I think. We've got 1 smithy 2 finished. We have 3 smithies and 1 is a smithy 2. So we'll put her in this one. And we will assign this smithy to tin. You're too much alike. You have to have space. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's the crux of the matter, as it were. Alright, so we'll have the Smithy 1 and the Smithy 1 working on copper and tin, respectively. And then we'll have one of the Smithy 2s doing bronze out of it. I think that'll be a good solid bet.
Traveler, but a shy one. I only travel when nobody's watching.
Okay, now we have to go get that other house done. Before those 2 accidentally pair up on us. We should have a day or so. But I remember saying that in Season 1, and I remember not getting it done in time. So, we're actually going to have to make haste, as it were. Well, that's back to the mine. We don't want the mine, psych. Oh no, that is home. That is home. I only travel when nobody's watching, right? Well, it's kind of true, because you just wake up in the morning and they've swapped. We probably should have nailed some of these deer here for leather. I think we already took out the wolves, but there's also those pigs over near the house that we could take out if need be. Was that a waterfall I heard? Or was that wind and trees? Nope, that's a waterfall right here. Huh. This place is even cooler than I thought. You put some houses along here and they get a nice view of the stream. I mean, I already thought it was pretty awesome, but that's even better. I did not realize that there was some maple in there. I feel kind of foolish for boxing that in now. Alright, so let's get this other house done up right away. So much for selling off those knives. Sometimes I frustrate myself. Come on, Pete. We need you, buddy. Alright. So we're gonna grab 108s for a large house. I think it's like 96-ish? for a medium. And then the logs are a little bit different too. It's not actually 36 logs for the medium, but we're going to take 36 anyway because I don't remember exactly what it's supposed to be. Although we are modifying how these look just a little bit, which is going to change how much of what they require as well. So we can't just go off the base numbers. Because we're taking out like the windows in the back. Because there's no reason to have windows in the back when it's just another building behind it. Well, that was actually pretty close. And I think we're going to need 32 more logs to make planks out of, which is where I think we're going to run up into a problem here. So, yep, we have 2 on us. And I'm pretty sure we don't have 30 left. Oh, we're pretty close, though. 27. And 30. So this will put us 1 log over, which is fine. Oh, that was a miscount. We still need 4 more logs. Alright, so that should be 6, which is going to be too much, and that's fine. We're just going to go ahead and make all of them. Because we still need some other planks for to finish up the storage upgrade and what have you down at the other place. The third mine. I don't know that 6 planks is going to be enough, though. I feel like we need at least 12. Alright, that'll give us 12 planks, which I think is enough to finish off at least the forge down there. Which will be quite useful going forward. Also, all the building XP is... Oh, shit. I forgot to move somebody into that house. Alright, so we had a gal that's living in one of the overflow houses. She is a blacksmith. So we need to take Wislawa and put her in the brand new production house. Turder. Perfect. Now I would still like to get us 2 more hunters, preferably males. And then we still need to get, well, more production people, but there was something else specifically that we were looking for, and I've already forgotten what it was. Extraction, maybe? Although I think we're pretty good on extraction for now. We're going to need to stockpile some extraction people, though, so that we can get, there we go. So now this guy's done. Yeah, we're still going to have to stockpile some extraction people so that we can get the mines manned once they come up. Because remember, we had some problems. In Season 2, we stockpiled people ahead of time, but in Season 1 we had a hell of a time getting miners because we didn't stockpile ahead of time on villagers. So we're going to try to alleviate that issue this time around. Oh, hello. Are those iron? Oh, they're all mostly busted. That's not worth trying to steal. So are these trellises or are these hops? I'm curious. I feel like they might just be trellises. No, those are farming squares. These must be hops. Does anybody know? I haven't planted hops. Alright, so Klonika, we need to go talk to Jarapelk. We may as well get a little bit of questing done. At least finish off the one that we've got active. Ah, we should have taken the damn copper knives with us. We could have sold them up here. Oh well. There's a horse in the house. Welcome. It took me a while to go over our findings. They brought all the memories back. My father's been missing for years, and I was sure he was gone for good. But at that moment, I felt like I'd lost him that day. And it just shows how much he meant to you. You don't have to bother to comfort me. I'll manage. Spending some time alone made me calm down and clear my head. How about you? Did you learn anything from my Uncle Needon? He was reluctant to speak at all until he realized the axe was his. The rusty weapon is his? That's hard to imagine. What could make him leave it there? He'd rather lose his hand than lose his grip on the handle. I don't know. He instantly became furious and claimed that the hunters stole it from him. Well, he could just be angry that you reminded him of losing it. It would be considered a great disgrace if he simply misplaced his axe. Did he share anything else? Not much besides grunting, threatening, and finding your mother to be the root of all evil. I mean, that's fair. My mother? Why would he say that? Well, he must think she's responsible for my every action. He still views me as a child who can't wipe his own arse without Mom's help. You must have something in common, because that's exactly how he described you. Blast him, he's useless. Was a good friend of the family once, but that's long gone. Completely forsaken us when my father went missing. Whatever, I didn't need him then and I don't need him now. Let's forget about him. I have a delicate matter for you. There's a renowned barber surgeon residing in the main city. His name is Sedwin. The man has vast knowledge on any subject I can imagine. I witnessed him putting together a badly broken leg of one of our villagers. I can't deny him that. He's known to put a lot of people on their feet in his establishment in Piastovia. Take the remains and bring them to the medic and let him examine them. I want to be sure what they are and learn about the cause of death. I'm afraid he's a lost cause already, but I can give it a try. Talk about salt in the wound. As long as I don't rattle too loud, too long along the way, I don't want the attention. Or of course, both of those top ones are kind of asshole-ish. The first one's kind of funny in a dark humor kind of way. Like yeah. If it wasn't his dad.
Oh, it's you again.
I need a ride to Piastovia. You know, when we first picked up this quest, I expected it to be a very short, quick and over with thing. And it has turned out to be one of the longest ones we've done so far. Is everything alright? My friend entrusted me with an unusual request regarding human remains. It's kind of a dick move that we just woke up the town doctor from in the middle of the night to investigate something that's already dead. Like that's just a dick move. I might be the only person in the world hit by nostalgia at the sound of these words. Even the forsaken odor that accompanied my experiment seemed pleasant in my memories. Bloody ignorance always have to ruin everything. Forgive me, I'm babbling. Where's the body? What body? There isn't any. I have this bundle of remains. That's all I have. Here you go. This rattling was driving me insane. Oh, that's quite disappointing. There's not much to examine here, which is a pity. I was expecting something more fresh than a dried fossil. But you've come a long way, and I wouldn't want that to go in vain. Let's see. The femur bone is quite long, and its head is thick. That's almost certainly a man's bone. Well, we knew that. But its state is awful. There are several deep cuts and blunt markings. I'd say they came from the sturdy hands of a crude butcher or an axe. Someone took tremendous care to ensure he wouldn't survive. Judging by the condition of the pieces, it was a middle-aged individual. However, the remains themselves are not old. The man was still alive several years ago. I just hope you didn't dig up someone you murdered yourself. That kind of behavior should be treated without delay. I have this recipe for a potion. I don't usually bury them. I let the crows do the work. But thanks! That's fantastic. Also accurate.
Hello there.
Oh. Come on, Pete. Through the door, buddy. It's good to see you. What news do you bring? Did you learn anything from the barber surgeon? The bones belong to a middle-aged man and are a few years old. Then there's no more doubt. These remains have to belong to my father. Their location and other findings confirm this. You can hand them over to me. I should return them to my mother as soon as I can. She got furious when she learned that I'd lent them to someone. Here you go. I don't want his ghost to haunt me. With pleasure, they belong to your family. I hope you didn't mind the shaking. It was quite a journey. Oh, good lord. Thank you. I don't blame her for her reaction. I've opened the old wound and came close to an act of profanation. She suffered enough in her loss in her life. Yet there was something different in my mother's behavior this time. She may have been confused or enraged, but she has never questioned that these were Wojmir's bones. What's worse, she even threatened to bring justice to father's murderers. I was almost sure that my father froze to death in the wild. No one ever tells me the truth. Did at least Setowin mention my father's cause of death? He did, and he was pretty sure about that. Setowin found deep cuts in the bones and claimed that brute force was used to end your father's life. So it's true after all. Deep wounds, great force, a bloody axe, and a hidden body. This pattern is more clear than the trace of a bleeding doe running through the snowy forest. Needon, come with me. I wish to confront this traitor. Oh. Let's go. Just don't do anything stupid, kid. What's this gathering all about, boy? Are you too intimidated to speak with me alone? I've already talked with one of your friends. All of them are nothing but vagrants and scandalmongers. I don't waste my time with crap allegations again. And save it, your time's not wasted, but it's almost over in this village. I won't be listening to any of the nonsense again. Get out of my house, you brat. I'm kind of sad that they didn't voice this over. I'm not going to take a single step. You will listen to what I have to say, murderer. You better watch. We went to the cottage in the woods and found your axe, rusted and covered with blood. I know what you did. They've stolen it from me. Damn hunters. They always... Cut the bullshit. We found his chopped up bones near the cavern. You killed my father. You what, huh? Want to feed me more lies? Look me in the eyes. Look into my eyes and say you didn't do it. Yeah, I can't believe they didn't voice this over. Jeropelk, you grew up so quickly. He was supposed to be your best friend, and you butchered him. I never... Yes, I did. Why? I don't know. I didn't mean to. At least I did. I think I didn't. The whole night is a big blur. A hazy nightmare. Oh, he's going to blame it on the booze, isn't he? Yep, we went out drinking in a blizzard, argued a bit, but damn, I was so hammered. Yeah, he's going to blame it on the booze. When I woke up, I had such a splitting headache I could barely see, so it was the smell that I noticed first. Then I saw the red, everything was red, and my brother laid still in its center. You sicken me. That's fair. That is a fair response. I don't blame you. I loathe myself from that day as well. I'm sorry, Jeropelk. There's nothing I can say in my defense. I heard enough. I can't even look at you right now, but you'll pay for what you've done. And don't try to run. There's no place in this realm I would not hunt you down. I know of a nice valley you could flee to. There's another murderer-torturer that lives there. You'd be right at home. Someone should check on Pezirka, Needon's ex-wife. She deserves to know the truth. Alright. Why? She's his ex-wife. What he does shouldn't concern her anymore. And vice versa. Oh look, they get a lantern in theirs. Good day to you. Your face tells me something is bothering you, dear. Do you need any potions or herbs? I'll find something to loosen you up a little in no time. Wow. Sure, I never refuse a free sample. There's no need for that. I won't force it on you. What brings you then? You're the former wife of Needon, right? I bring some grave news. Yes, I'm the unfortunate one, and I'm not surprised that he again reminds me of his existence. What's bothering this simple-minded brute this time? It's about ripping... Is it about ripping seams in his boots because he slipped on his way to work, or spreading onion scent in his house? That big baby was always afraid to bathe. It's more serious. He has admitted to killing Wojmir and hiding his butchered body for a few years. Hurting the ones he used to love. That's him in all his glory. Are you hungry, darling? I have some stew in the cauldron. I find your proposition highly out of line, but then again, I never refuse food. Oh, man. No, thank you. You don't seem very moved by these revelations. As for the news you bring, Needham is long dead to me. There's nothing more he could do to make me detest him even more, or even both of them. What do you mean both of them? He and Wojmir deserved each other. They used to disappear for their long escapades and hide robbed goods in the forest, constantly drunk, and for the most part overconfident in their own abilities and craft. I tried to reach out to his good side, but I couldn't change him. Should never try to change somebody. One day he stopped drinking. There was hope, I thought, but from that time on, living with him became unbearable. It's funny to think that in the end I preferred him in his numb state. The day he sobered up and started raising his fists, I realized I wasn't waiting for his, but my own incentive to change. I moved out without any regrets. To my surprise, in spite of his insanity, Needham managed to do some things right. It's his children, all of them. They're precious gems, skilled, clever, and kind-hearted. They'll survive just fine without him. You made the right choice, especially for your children. That's fair. They were raised by a brave and clever mother, don't forget that. It's not my place to pass judgment. You did what you thought was best. That's fair. Wait, there's something else you should know. I might even have some writing, so where did I put them? Give me a moment to browse through my things, and in the meantime bring me some water from the river. I have a good fresh water spot up the river not that far from my hut. My potion's about to boil away. I'll be right back. That's, my parents divorced when I was 3. And honestly, it was probably for the best. I feel like some of the couples that stay together for the kids are actually not doing the kids any favors. If it's bad enough that you're going to get divorced, it's probably bad enough that you should, take your kids into account that way and, not force them to deal with the aftermath, because it teaches that bad habits are okay. Am I supposed to steal a bucket? Is that... We're in the water collection spot, I'm pretty sure. No matter which way I turn, it's like right here. On the riverbank, you notice a number of containers for... Oh, okay, there we go. You have no doubt that this is the place where the herbalist draws the water she uses for her work. It is, after all, just a few steps away from her shop. Take a closer look at the water collection site. You notice that the water here is cleaner than downstream, where locals pour their filth or wash themselves. No wonder the herbalist takes water for her potions far away from the village. Grab one of the buckets and fill it with fresh river water. The liquid is so transparent that you can barely see your reflection in the filled bucket. That much water should suffice for Pezrika. Alright, that was unnecessarily specific, but okay. Yeah, you don't believe in staying together for the kids either. Exactly. And it teaches bad behaviors. I mean, you get males that think it's okay to scream at their wife, and wives that think that it's okay to constantly dog on their husbands, and it completely destroys any... What is wrong with your arm, lady? It completely destroys any chance that a lot of the children have at a healthy relationship because they don't have that example to work from. It's almost better to split and see that way. At least they have the peace that way. Thank you for the water, dearie. I hope you didn't hurt your back. Alright, I've gathered the scribblings of my thoughts. I'm all ears. Everyone in the village can recall clearly what they were doing the day before the great blizzard struck. I, for instance, was cooking a special mushroom soup when I was paid an unexpected visit by no one else but Wojmir. I was probably one of the last people to speak with him when he was alive, now that I think about it. Anyway, the hunter came with an unusual request. He declared proudly that it's time he got himself another heir, and asked with a beaming smile on his face for some more fertility infusion. I didn't know they had such problems. Me neither. Wojmir mentioned that this infusion had helped him and his wife once before, when they almost lost all hope. Baby Geralpelk was born, healthy and strong. Slawa supposedly praised the medicine for working miracles. There was just one major problem in that story. An infusion of that kind doesn't exist, or at least I've never heard about it. Slawa indeed visited me frequently before her son was born, but I usually provided her with herbal concoctions to help her calm down and sleep at night. So the cub might not even be his. He instantly turned pale as a ghost and refused to say anything else. He then left my workshop and headed home. I assume he had a lot of explaining to do with his wife. When I woke up the next day, he was already missing, after having set off for the snowy woods. Losing his best companion tore Needham apart, yet another step to his demise, but there was something more. The final straw, besides his sudden decision to give up drinking, were some unburnt fragments of parchment I found in the hearth of our house. Since Needham's fate is almost certainly sealed now, I won't need those shreds of notes anymore. They may shed some light on our village leaders, those paragons of virtue. Wow. Yeah, the whole situation is a lot more complicated than it seemed at first. This is like turned into a full-scale drama. I did not expect this quest to be, you know, a story. So apparently we did finally find the storyline. Zemko? Good to see you again, my friend. What are you doing here? Where's your brother? Where's Slawa? Hold your horses. Why so many questions? My brother is preparing for our departure. We are moving to more prosperous realms. Didn't you say you were fine in the wild, far from society? We did, true, but we're getting more and more visitors, both hunters and bandits. That's not the peaceful life we wanted. I brought some of our supplies to sell. We can't carry this much anyway. I hope to meet the leader of the village, but these local cheapskates say she went north some time ago. That's what you call bad luck. I must have missed her on my way here. I only wanted to ask for permission to sell. I wish to do it nice and legal and leave this place with a clean record. You know, I wouldn't like to have the authorities stay on our tail as we leave. I need to locate Slawa. Thanks for helping. Oh, that was easy. We can call it even then. You're welcome, my friend. So she went north? Not very far. Dude, she's 250 meters away and you couldn't find her to talk to her? Wait. While we're up here, what do we have for peoples? We're looking for 2 male hunters, I think.
I only travel when nobody's watching.
That's a farmer. That's a farmer. And that's a farmer. I would really like farmers too, but we don't have anywhere to put them. Yeah, we need an extractor. We need 2 hunters and a producer and an extractor. Unfortunately. I wanted to get some farmers from when we get sheep. And to hopefully start making the, what's it out of rot for us. Oh, there's a moose in the stream. That's kind of pretty. And of course they scarpered off, didn't they? Gonna make us chase all over God's green earth looking for her, isn't it? Wait, it sent us all the way out to that camp, only to send us back to town. It's over. Wojmir finally rests in peace, along with his belongings and that wretched axe that ended his life. You should put an end to your snooping where you weren't supposed to. I won't forget what an insult your running around with my late husband's remains was to my family name and local authority, carried in a bag like a mere item. Pretty sure it wasn't the first time his remains were carried around, am I wrong? Ah, there we go. Spent years trying to bring law and order to this village. Find a thread of understanding between half-feral hunters and simple-minded lumberjacks. Required harsh measures and impossible decisions. You have no idea what it takes to be a true leader. But I do... I'm running my own village, lady. I know exactly what it takes. But I do know what triggered Wojmir's departure. He was looking for a remedy from the herbalist Pezirka, which you've made up. Did that foul herb lady tell you that? She drinks too many of her potions and speaks out of her mind. Needham did well to leave that lunatic. I care as little about her opinion as I do yours. We're done here. Go back to your hole, or wherever you nest. There was no need for medicine. You weren't a barren wench after all, as Wojmir used to call you, and blame you for all his failures. How about the manhood that did not... Oh, wow. Herbs wouldn't help him anyway. There was someone else who satisfied you, a monster, as he came to call himself. What did you call me? Who told you that? Stumbled upon some interesting writings. It's all here. Oh, is she going to call names now? How dare you? Give me that back. Jarabelk should know who his real father is. He does deserve to know. Actually, tell him the truth or I will. Silence. You would distract him from his preparations. He has to become the leader of this village at all costs. He's always been better than Wojmir in every way. His father was a disappointment. Stop bringing him back. Wojmir was an unmatched hunter, yes, but he lacked in every other area, even as a husband. How long was I supposed to wait? Until I'm withered and barren? I did what I needed to. The boy was born strong, the village lineage was secured and undisputed, and its leader proudly wandered the woods as usual, knowing he had a promising heir, all because of my sacrifice. That is not a sacrifice, lady. You did... no. You wanted it all for yourself, right? All I wanted was for my child to be better than him. Wojmir didn't have any sense of leadership in him. He could have managed the riskiest hunting expedition, but could neither handle nor understand his people's everyday needs. He was almost never here when his people needed him. When I needed him, it wasn't long before everyone's hopes rested on my shoulders. Needon, on the other hand, may not look the brightest, but I could always count on him. He was near whenever I needed him, at least until the cursed winter night when Wojmir figured out the truth. You know, don't cheat on people. If you feel the need to look for a new partner, leave your current one first. Because that's just a dick move no matter which side of it you're on. What really happened that night? Wojmir was furious. I had never witnessed so much ferocity in him. He rushed at me and nearly choked the life out of me. But even in his rage, he wasn't that kind of man, so he released me and ran into the woods. It took me a while to come to my senses. I then immediately alarmed Needon. They were still good friends and respected comrades after all. There was a part of me that fooled myself into thinking that this fire could still be put out. Time went by, and none of them returned. I could not stand waiting any longer and followed their fresh trail into the snow. I had no doubts about where Wojmir was going. His cottage in the woods. The safe spot was a pretty obvious choice. I reached the building, only to encounter a most pitiful sight. Two prominent leaders hammered, drunk, and in a deep argument. Wojmir could barely stand straight, while Needon was on all fours. Before I could even speak, Wojmir raised his axe, babbling something about justice. I didn't know what to do. I just acted. I threw myself between the two, who were both part of my life. Grabbed Wojmir's wrists as he was about to split Needon's skull in half with the woodcutter's own axe. I'll spare you the rest, as I wish to never relive it. That day I prevented my son from becoming an orphan. Murder is murder, no matter what the motivation. Especially in that particular case. And put a noose around my neck yourself. Okay. I would lose 0 sleep in hanging you, lady. You brought most of this on yourself. Let's see how different your sleepless nights would be. It's easy to judge you when you weren't there. I ran barefoot through the snow for hours until I got back to myself and managed to sneak back to my house. Needon returned the next day. He believed that he was responsible for his friend's death. I could not reason with him in any way. He became withdrawn and half dead inside. Soon after, I had to take over as leader of our village. We never brought up this dark event, and it stayed like that until you came along. A murderer who saves a life, an adulterer who fixes marriage problems. You're a unique bunch. I've never witnessed so many lies and crimes at once. How do you people even know who you really are? That's kind of fair. I have no regret. Not even one? You just said that you regretted that he died. No regrets, huh? I worked hard to wash the blood stain off my hands. Just please don't make my son see me as a monster. This would kill me. Well, you kind of are a monster, and it's time for him to open his eyes. You learned what you wanted, now leave me. The kid at least deserves to know. His dad actually wasn't his dad, and his mom is a crazy word I can't say. Hey, kid. Time to run. It's good to see you, friend. I'm awaiting my mother's return. We have to decide what to do with the cursed Needon. Each second of his presence here is pure torture and pain for me and Slawa. I think you might reconsider your actions. I spoke with your mother. She and Needon were both involved in Wojmir's death. What do you mean? They knew where the hunter went and how he met his end all along. Right? It is. It's like a damn soap opera. I'm afraid you're not far off. Slawa and Needon had an affair before you were born. I'm sorry, Jarapelk, but Wojmir was not your real... Oh, you weren't kidding. It really is like a soap opera. Wojmir was not the father. Straight out of Jerry Springer right there. This brute, I'm nothing like him. You didn't feel like the son of a hunter either. Oh, that's fair. I don't care about this anymore. Whoever fathered me doesn't get any credit for who I am. Good for him. And he's absolutely right. I'm Jarapelk, and I make my own choices. The first one will be clearing this mess. That's fair. It's time my mother passed the leadership on to me. After all, she has never been officially sworn in, but was merely fulfilled the duties of a missing chieftain. The timing is right, since I'm entering adulthood next season. Your aid has been of much value to me, and I respect your opinion. Do me one last favor and tell me what you would do in my position. I thought you were a leader. Slawa's the main... So she really is. She is the source of all of these shenanigans. It was all her decisions, or lack thereof, that caused this.
Rain. How lovely. There is nothing like getting...
Your mother hasn't been honest with you for years. In order for people to respect and follow you as the new leader, you should cut your ties with her. Your mother's intentions may have been to protect you at all costs, but she failed miserably in the end. The woman turned Needon's life into nothing but pain and sorrow, and the man deserves a second chance. Needon betrayed your father without any No, he had hesitation. You both share the same blood. That doesn't mean you're alike. That's also true. Be wiser and finally end this dark chapter in your family's history. Forgive and move on. Your mother's been preparing you for this role for years. Wojmir was the closest to a father you had, but he was rarely there for you when you needed him. The other two, your bloodkin, were blinded by their own vanity and selfishness. Your mother at least still wishes you well, but that adulterer Needon has nothing to offer except trouble and his bad influence. No, kid needs to get away from his mom. She was the root of all of these problems. Thank you for your advice. I'll consider it, and I'll never thank you enough for your help. I need some time to make decisions on my own as befits a true leader. We'll speak again. Ah, he's going to make me come back again? Come on, kid. Yeah, this quest turned into basically an episode of Jerry Springer. With the paternity test and the lie detector test and the whole 9 yards.
How can I help you?
You run from that, Mama. You're not wrong. She is just a walking red flag. It has never occurred to me to cheat on someone. Will there be another surprise tomorrow? I don't know. Maybe. What was the surprise today? The quest? Oh, there's Geraldine. Geraldine, you need to go home, kid. Just gonna slowly walk back to her pen. Oh, for the boy, yeah. Right? Well, it's unfortunate that he was on that kind of a show and not, you know, one of the nice ones, like where everybody gets a new car kind of a thing. I feel like the kid kind of got screwed. The mom definitely did. Oh, that was in poor taste. Alright, so we've got... Wait, this is the last day of the season, isn't it? Okay, well, the fields are almost done. They're on the last bit. What time is it? It is...
I know not every marriage is built on love.
It's 3, so they've still got 3 hours to finish that last field. I'm sure the mom will be another chapter of Medieval Moms in Love, right? Oh my god. That was a lot. That was a lot. Aw. Look at him playing with the kid.
Good to see you, my wife.
What's on your mind? We all live in the circle of life. Well, that's boring. You
Goodbye.
already said that. Alright, so we can throw some of this crap in here. The old ring. The stuff that we can't use. And the breath taker. Okay. The animal feed can go into the storage. Why are you not doing work, man? Alright. Did I feel like I made an oopsie with the field. No, I did. Okay, we did make it the right material for the small field. Perfect. Perfect. I'm very happy with that. Well, that quest was not supposed to soak the whole rest of the episode like that, but it was kind of a to-do. And it's still not even over. That's the sad part. But we did get another house up. We got several new people. This is really starting to look really nice. I am very happy with this. There's even we found a nice little waterfall off to the side too. And we were able to get our stuff ready at the new mine over here. So that's exciting. So we've got a mine here, we've got a mine here, and we've got a mine here so far. And I believe there's still a mine up here somewhere too. Not sure exactly where, but it's up here somewhere. But yeah, we're doing good. We're doing real good. Oh no, a cliffhanger! To be continued! But it is that time of the night, guys, so we're probably going to go ahead and stop here. We got quite a bit accomplished. I'm very happy with where we're at. We got some things upgraded. We got some new buildings put up. We do still need to finish the upgrade on the storage at the third mine, but that's not really going to be a problem. We just needed to do some stuff to give them some time to reaccrue some more materials, because we're starting to have issues there, where we were using more than they were bringing in. Although now with the 3 of these up and extra harvesters, that should be alleviated a little bit. And we need to start accruing some people because we are coming up on the mines here soon. I believe this one's the mines? No. No, it looks like to get to the mines, we just need to build more. So yeah, the mines are, I mean, we got almost 500 building technology today. So we just need to keep plugging at those houses and get more and more of that going. But I'm very happy with where we're at, but we are going to stop here for the night. If you guys learned anything useful today, or if you had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their night. And thanks for watching, guys.